Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. US President-elect Joe Biden's victory in Georgia has been confirmed by a recount as legal efforts by Donald Trump's allies to challenge his defeat were dismissed in 3 states.
The Vice President-elect denies this.
The Democrat beat his Republican rival in Georgia by 12,284 votes. That's according to the audit required by state law. Biden has said Trump knew he was not going to win and has shown irresponsibility by not conceding. The Democrat is set to take office in January as the 46th US president.
I think they're witnessing incredible irresponsibility, incredibly damaging messages being sent to the rest of the world about how democracy functions. And I think it is, well, I don't know his motive, but I just think it's totally irresponsible.
Are you concerned he may succeed, that people may question the legitimacy of your administration?
No, I'm not concerned. The vast majority of the American people, they've already, all the polling data has indicated, although the Republicans who worry about it is higher, but over 78% of the American people believe it's, without question, it's legitimate. I just think it's, and I think most of the Republicans I've spoken to, including some of the governors, think this is debilitating. It's not it sends a horrible message about who we are as a country.
Serbia's leading religious figure, Patriarch Irinej, has died after contracting coronavirus. The 90-year-old head of the Serbian Orthodox Church has led a large public funeral in early November for the most senior cleric in neighbouring Montenegro, who also died of the virus. Patriarch Irinej was a conservative who also wielded major political influence. Ugandan presidential candidate Bobi Wine has been released on bail after being charged with spreading coronavirus. The court ruling comes after a large rally was held this week. Human rights groups say the virus charge is a pretext to suppress political opposition. Protests broke out and 28 people died in clashes when the popular politician, who is also a pop star, was arrested this week. The musician is among 11 candidates challenging President Yoweri Museveni, who has been in power since 1986. Forces loyal to Ethiopia's Tigray state have fired rockets into the city of Bahir Dar in the neighbouring Amhara region. The Tigray People's Liberation Front is fighting federal troops. Amhara, which has a long-running border dispute with Tigray, has sent regional forces in support of the federal troops. Hundreds have died in the conflict in Tigray since the beginning of November, and more than 30,000 people have crossed the border from Ethiopia into Sudan. A large column of Azerbaijani armoured vehicles has been seen in the Aghdam region of Nagorno-Karabakh, and some of the military hardware was seen driving under Turkish flags. Self-proclaimed Nagorno-Karabakh Republic is prepared to hand over territory to Azerbaijan under a Russia-brokered peace deal that followed 6 weeks of fighting between ethnic Armenian forces and Azeri troops over the enclave of Nagorno-Karabakh and surrounding areas. The province is internationally recognised as part of Azerbaijan, but is controlled by ethnic Armenians. And finally, Britain's Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip have celebrated their 73rd wedding anniversary with a new photo of the pair. 94-year-old Elizabeth and 99-year-old Philip married in London's Westminster Abbey on November the 20th, 1947, just 2 years after the end of World War II. To mark their anniversary, Buckingham Palace released this photograph of a smiling monarch and her husband looking at a card made by her great-grandchildren, Prince George, Prince Charlotte and Prince Louis, alongside other cards and letters from well-wishers. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.